Welcome to WealthWave, the How Money Works company. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me to learn about 3 powerful financial concepts that could have a huge impact on your quality of life. I've got 20 plus years experience serving clients and have seen many of them benefit from these strategies. I'm also going to cover and show you the 2 most popular investments with our clients because they provide potential tax-free growth as well as reliable income you can't outlive. You put those 2 together and you might be able to get that work option lifestyle we all dream about a little bit sooner. So stay tuned. So what is the big question that looms on the horizon for nearly everyone? Will you have enough money, or will your savings and income run out in the middle of what should be some of the best years of your life? For most people, it can be an overwhelming question, so they simply choose to ignore it or procrastinate. Well, kudos to you for taking a minute to get smarter about how money works so you can take control of your financial future. By the way, what are you currently doing to prepare for your financial future? If we can show you how to get your money working smarter, harder, and more tax efficiently, would you be opposed to learning how? Every day, 10,000 baby boomers turn 65 and either retire or realize they haven't saved enough and have to keep on working. Right behind them, there are 65 million Gen Xers who are running out of time to get ready for the future. And of course, there's 72 million millennials right behind them who need to start saving now. None of these generations has saved enough, have they? They're on a passenger train rushing toward retirement, and the bridge has washed out. Everyone needs a financial education and great financial advice. Part of the reason so few people are prepared is that no one ever taught us the secrets about how money really works. According to a recent study, 70% of the global population is financially illiterate. And we have a problem here in the US as well. We rank 7th behind Canada and China. Financial illiteracy is a crisis because it can cause many serious problems like, you can see on the screen here, poverty, debt, stress, divorce, financial confinement, even a shorter lifespan. It steals your time, health, and peace of mind, and it's why we're committed to educating people so they can avoid costly mistakes that lead to the frustrating statistics we see on this screen right now. We are the How Money Works company, and it's our mission to stamp out financial illiteracy so people can be smarter with their money, create a work option lifestyle, and have a better shot at living the American dream. We can teach you how to put money to work for you instead of just always working for money. We've created an educational system that includes a free book written by Tom Matthews and Steve Siebold, who've been on many TV shows all over the country like CBS, Fox, NBC, and ABC, to name a few. It's illustrated, so it's a quick and easy read. In fact, if you'll spend an hour or so reviewing it, you may know more about how money really works than the majority of Americans. Make sure you get a free copy from the person who shared this link with you. And if you want to take your education to the next level, we also offer a free How Money Works masterclass. My favorite concept in the How Money Works book, by the way, is the Rule of 72. It's a simple yet powerful shortcut that shows you how long it'll take your money to double. Just divide your interest rate into 72 and you'll know how long it will take. My dad tried to teach me this as a kid. I was like, Dad, I don't even know about that. Little did I know, right? For example, if you put money in a bank CD at 1%, how long will it take your money to double? That's right, way too long, 72 years. At 9%, it takes just 8 years. Here's a hypothetical example with Zoe from the book. She's 19 and receives a $10,000 inheritance. Pretend it's you for just a minute, right? If she puts it in a bank CD at 1%, by the time she's 67, she'll have just $16,000, not even one double. How many years could you live on that in retirement? Not enough, right? But if we can help her make 9% in a tax-free investment, potentially, she'd have $640,000. I love the fact that we can potentially make that big of a difference for our clients by teaching them how money works and applying some simple wealth principles. Here's another concept from the book that is critical to understand as soon as possible. This chart shows how much you'll need to save monthly to have $1 million by retirement. Now, assuming a 9% return. At 20, you'd only need to put away $113 a month. Amazing. But at 40, it jumps to $731 a month. And at 60, the long red bar at the bottom, you'd have to save over $8,500 a month. Who's got that kind of money? The key is to get started now with whatever you can afford to do, because every day counts. One of the most valuable things we do for our clients, by the way, is guide them through the 7 money milestones. We create a financial roadmap that lays out a step-by-step path for you to follow so you know exactly where you're going and how to get there. We then review your progress with you each year to make sure you're on track to achieve the work option lifestyle everyone wants. These statistics clearly show that most people are not prepared for retirement. You probably knew that, but here are the stats. Look at the average baby boomer with only $152,000 saved. Can you imagine trying to retire on that? Hey, I've got good news for you, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. As long as you die within 3 years, you've saved plenty of money. By the way, how much of a pay cut do you want to take when you retire? Experts say we'll need approximately 80% of our peak income to live comfortably. So let's say you cap out at about $100,000 a year. To make math easy here, you'd need around $80,000 to live comfortably. Well, how will you get to that amount? Let's say Social Security pays you $40,000. I'm not sure what it'll be, look it up, but say it's $40,000. The average 60 to 69-year-old has only saved around $200,000 in their 401k. A 5% income from that would give you another $10,000 of income, which gets you to just $50,000 a year, or just barely over half of what you'll need. Where do you come up with the other $30,000 a year, and what happens if your 401k runs out in the middle of retirement? Regardless of your situation, these are big questions that we can help you tackle at WealthWave. Think of it like this. If your retirement was a plane, it'd be like trying to take off with only one wing. 100 miles an hour, how'd that work? Or worse yet, can you imagine being on a plane in mid-flight at 30,000 feet, you look out the window to see a wing break off? Running out of money in the middle of retirement could be a similar feeling, and millions of Americans are facing that harsh reality. The fact is, if you're relying on just Social Security and a 401k, as so many people do today, there could be a wide gap between the retirement income they have and what they want and need for the lifestyle, comfort, and freedom they're hoping for. We help people close that gap with the Rule of 72 and tax-efficient strategies that can provide reliable income. In fact, I'm going to show you 2 examples in just a second. But first, there's something about taxes and investing you need to see. There are 3 ways your money can be taxed. Taxed now, like a bank CD, taxed later, like with a 401k or regular IRA, or third option, invested so the earnings and income are never taxed. Which would you prefer? Well, think of it this way. Imagine you're a farmer. What would you want to be taxed on? A couple of bags of seed, or the entire harvest you could grow from those seeds over time? Remember Zoe? At 9%, her $10,000 inheritance grew to $640,000. Then let's say she retires and uses a 5% income withdrawal rate on that $640,000. That would be about $32,000 a year. If she lives 31 years in retirement, that could potentially add up to over $1 million of income. So, would you rather pay taxes on the initial $10,000 deposit or the $1.6 million of potential growth in income? Well, that's an easy decision, right? When it comes to how we're taxed, it's essential that we think ahead. All right, so now I'm going to take a minute and share the 2 most popular strategies we use to help our clients put the other wing on their retirement plane and make sure it stays on for the rest of their lives. The first one has a very specific and advantageous set of features and fits into the tax never category, or tennis. With this strategy, your money has the potential to grow tax-free. But when the market drops, you don't lose a dime. It's protected. It can also provide tax-free income in the future. Now, I don't know about you, but I think taxes will probably go up over time, and it will be nice to have some tax-free income in retirement. It also provides creditor protection in some states and leaves a tax-free legacy for your family. Our second strategy keeps the wings on your retirement plane by providing a reliable income stream you can't outlive. And statistically, we know that's important. We know that emotionally too. A recent medical study shows that people age 50 and older who take a major loss on their portfolio have a 50% higher chance of dying in the next 20 years than people who don't. Incredible. 50% higher chance of dying. Unbelievable. Why do you think that is? Well, stress, yes, and possibly not having enough money for proper medical care or quality nutrition. To me, that's a tragic pandemic. Not viral, but financial. If you've ever been stressed about money, you understand. By the way, if you're banking on your 401k to give you reliable income in retirement, think again. You might be surprised to learn that there's a 54% chance you'll run out of money during a 30-year retirement if you're taking just a modest 6% income from a 50-50 stock bond portfolio. 54% chance of running out. Are you okay with those odds? I'm not. 401k plans are not a bad way to save money, but they do not provide a guaranteed income for life like a pension. So how do we avoid running out of money and piling on stress during retirement? You've probably got money in your 401k or IRA, invested in stock mutual funds. What's good about being in the market? Well, of course, you can make a lot of money potentially, right? The bad news is you can also lose money. In fact, you could lose everything. In our later years, we want stability, not downside risk. Does this look like on the screen here a safe, smart, secure retirement strategy to you? Looks a little bit too much like gambling to me. So here's a potential solution for millions of Americans. We call it the Reliable Income Strategy, or RISE. With RISE, when the market goes up, you've got the ability to participate in gains and grow your account. But when the market drops, it guarantees 5% growth on your protected value for future income. So when the market's up, your account can grow and lock in those gains. But when it tanks, you get at least 5% growth for future income on that protected value. That sounds pretty amazing, doesn't it? Who could benefit from this? Well, of course, people in their 20s and 30s don't really need this, but for many of the 140 million baby boomers and Gen Xers who don't have a pension, the RISE strategy could be a game changer, a financial rescue package. Do you have a RISE strategy in your portfolio? If not, let's talk and see if you can benefit. Let's see if you qualify. So now it's time to answer the big question for you. Will you have enough, and is your money in the most tax-efficient place possible? The best way to find out is to set aside a few minutes and get with a licensed WealthWave professional. Ask them about RISE and the tennis strategies to create a tax-never income to afford the retirement lifestyle you want, as well as a reliable income to make sure you don't outlive your money. As we wrap up here, let me finish with just two simple questions. First of all, based on what you just saw, what intrigued you the most? We'd love to hear what's important to you, what jumped out at you. Second question, would you be opposed to meeting for a few minutes to see if you can benefit? Few things are more important than learning how to put your money to work for you in a significant and tax-efficient way so you can secure your family's future. I strongly encourage you to contact your WealthWave professional now and find the time to get together. Thanks for your time, and best of luck with your financial future.